So I'm about 3/4 of an inch or so off on the pipeline.
I told you, Lincoln. Didn't want to listen to me.
No, I had nothing to do with listening to you. I can't do that at the field. I don't think I have enough joiner tube to even be able to do that on the airplane. And I have to make that silicone joiner an inch longer. And then I don't know if I got enough room in the pipe tunnel to go out that far. 19 1/4 and 8,700 RPM and a 1/2 inch less pitch.
The air rod.
New. Yep. It is.
see if you can make that thing work. Like I said, I think that paint is too thick.
Sometimes that'll get a little ball of shit in the tip of it, and if you screw it in, the point pushes it out and unplugs it, and then you gotta open it back up again.
Well, it's striking like a big dog.
Back off of it a little bit.
I don't expect it to be perfect, just presentable.
Well, next coat on it go 90 degrees. And start doing little different angles.
I can just get another year of service out of this, I'll be happy. And for you guys that are watching, I moved the lead outs forward one hole. The trim changes today were lead outs forward one hole, line handles adjustment, and tail weight. And there's a big glob of green Howard on the back of it. I would say probably half an ounce. Ah, I spit out a black goober. Because I
Sprayed that black the other day and didn't get it out of there. Can't get it out of there. Just keep going. Let it dry and paint over it. When you put that XL on it, this is where that XL's gonna go. If it is now.
no. It didn't. I would just do 2 coats of this. Get the red stripe on top where the break was. To hide that. Okay, it says nothing. 4 watchers, 1 thumbs up. Where's all them thumbs up, guys? First thing you need to do when you come on is hit the like button. Or hit the dislike button. It all helps.
There you go. You can get you a set of Ray-Ban sunglasses with a built-in HD camera.
Yeah, how much?
But, I'm sure it's not cheap.
Each pair of Ray-Bans cost $350.
Yeah. That's why I don't buy Ray-Bans.
This pair I'm wearing here today is Walmart.
The pair I was wearing out in the field were gas stations.
These are Walmart prescription glasses.
What do you mean, you ordered them through Walmart?
I went to the optician there. I had my prescription filled.
Well, I'm not coming up with a price for something.
What's that?
I'm not coming up with a price on them.
These aren't Ray-Bans, these Walmart.
Yeah, well, they're Ray-Ban looking.
Yeah, Ray-Ban looking. Knock off Chinese Ray-Ban. Damn it.
Five MP camera gives you content new depth. Takes high resolution photos, 2592 by 1944 pixels. 30 feet per second.
What size memory card do they have?
It's not telling me a lot of shit. Dual 5 MP cameras, megapixels.
Well, this side came out really good. This side could use another coat. What's the humidity today? Feels low. About 48%. Are you guys getting excited about Brodex? We only got a week left.
No, I can't find out anything about it. Just add shouldn't like the shit.
1 week until we're eating 50-cent hot dogs and drinking quarter sodas.
Maybe.
Yeah,
You
probably.
got $3 hot dogs, and you know they want like $15 a beer at the ball field.
Better bring your own.
In the same way at the golf course, you go watch a golf match, it's like $15 a beer.
We gotta
Ridiculous.
pay them guys, you know, that are making $20 an hour cleaning toilets. Somebody gotta pay for it.
It's ridiculous.
Somebody's gotta pay for it. I think there's gonna be some paint pull up when I put the red stripe on it there.
Get it wet.
I got it wet, but it just looks like it's gonna pull up.
Whatever happened to Tarzan and Johnny Weissmiller or whatever his name was that used to play Tarzan and all that kind of shit.
What is the difference between a PA and a Super Tiger?
Big
difference.
night and day, turn on the light, turn the light off.
PA is a piped engine, turns high RPM. The Super Tiger is a low torque motor,
It's a specialty.
low RPM torque motor.
Man, I got some changing to do. Jesus Christ.
Cut that nose off, put that Super Tiger in there, and have a 5-ounce lighter airplane.
I don't have a muffler for a Super Tiger either.
But you better get on the stick because you only got a few days left.
Well, I'm gonna be thrashing tonight to fly tomorrow.
Tomorrow's not Tuesday. Tomorrow's Monday.
Don't matter. I'm gonna have to fly somehow.
Who are you gonna get to fly?
Monday and Tuesday.
Huh?
Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday if I can. Tuesday is supposed to frickin' rain. At least a 60% chance. Shit.
Okay, another coat. This, my friends, is a windy coat.
Little airbrush puts out a pretty good bit of paint, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Still wouldn't want to try to paint a whole airplane with it. Kill yourself. If you need more at the leading edge. That's the problem with them little guns. They don't have a fan like on them. They spray a circle.
Well, that's that.
We don't have any chat on there right now.
Yeah, I know.
Darren Broadway says hello now. How's it going? Still painting, I see.
Always.
Touching up, as they say.
See, that rudder is repaired and you can't tell that I hit the ground with it.
Yeah, you were very fortunate on that.
You got any sandpaper out here?
There might be a piece or two over there on the table or somewhere around here. Oh, heavy. There's a piece under that foam thing right there. About 80 grit. That's it.
Piece out of the foam thing.
Look right here. Look underneath that foam thing there.
Nothing.
Is there that brown piece of sandpaper? That piece
500. There's 320. This refinish is not as good as a real finish. I mean, it could be. I went over and doctored up all the spots I missed. But it was just to get another year of service out of the airplane, and I think I'm going to.
Is that airplane 5 years old?
6 years old.
Bet it doesn't have 100 flights on it.
Yeah, it does. How many flights you put on today? 10?
Maybe, yeah, short ones. I'm just looking back in the last 5 years, the amount of flying that we actually were able to do, which wasn't very much really in the whole grand scheme of things. We either don't have the time or the weather's terrible. It really sucks around here when it comes to flying time.
That's how forgiving dope is. Just sand it and paint it.
If you don't like the outcome, sand it again, paint it again. Just keep doing it until you get satisfied. Unless you're looking at a whole airplane, and then you've got problems. Nineteen and a quarter inches, eh? Jesus.
If you look here, you can see some bubbles
Yeah.
on the paper.
Yeah.
I think when I take the tape and put it, it will rip it right up.
Very well might. Be very careful.
Now think I'm gonna do anything with it. Leave it as is, white, nothing. No XL, no red.
Can you see the line?
Kinda. It's either that or put some tape on it and rip it off like a scab.
Well, you could just use that yellow tape, or you could use that yellow tape and mask it with paper, but only leave about that much of that tape sticking out on your mask, on your paper.
Yeah.
Instead, and not double mask it. And just be real light with the airbrush, you know.
I guess we could try it. All I could do is screw up.
Pretty much. Things haven't been going exactly the smoothest as far as flying and trimming and all that stuff this year, which is really sort of a pisser if you think about it. The weather held us up for so long this year that it just didn't give us enough time to.
There was no flying. What have we had? 2 Tuesdays?
Well, we've been out there about 5 Tuesdays, but the wind's been so doggone bad that it hasn't been productive. And the little bit of flying that we did get in was just level flying, you know, trying to get engine runs and props and that kind of stuff in lap times. And it took a long time to get that. We're still not there. I mean, now I've got to go through 2 airplanes and do pipe adjustments and repitch props and all that kind of stuff. That's a lot of work. And then you still got to do R&D again and go out and fly.
Better get after it.
We got, you know, if I wasn't leaving I'm leaving next Thursday, so I'll be coming out next Thursday. But that gives me one more Tuesday, but I don't have any help.
Yeah. Hey, you're doing that same thing to me that I did to you. You're holding my airplane back too far, straight up.
You mean I'm not holding it straight enough
Right, it's back this way.
to you?
Yeah. If I gotta reach way up there, that's fine.
All you got to do is tell me, and I'll
Right.
change. You know, that doesn't bother me. If I'm doing something wrong, let me know.
That's just like when you told me, okay.
Yeah, it's just easier to pass it off. It's a little high, it's fine. I don't care if it's high. That keeps my head out of the prop. You know, that's how I look at it anyway. And I can reach up and grab it. And if I'm too high, I'm watching you. I can tell. That's like these airplanes also. Another thing that they like is when you're holding up for starting an engine, they like to be held with the tail down. Otherwise, the fuel comes out that overflow.
Why'd you plumb it like that?
It's plumb normal.
Oh.
That's just how it works. If you hold it level and you got a really full tank, then it'll go out over that overflow and come out and run out. But if we hold it just a little bit tail down, then it doesn't do that as bad. But it'll always squirt fuel out of there if you choke it. You put your finger over the venturi and just the compression on the crankcase will backflow pressure through the fuel line and shoot it out of that. That'll do that.
When I get home, after I leave here, I'm gonna scrape that clay off, weigh it, take a piece of that lead and sink it into the fuselage, and then try to refinish it.
Yeah, just fine. Just right on the bottom there, put a slit in it. Epoxy it in there real good. Rough it up with some sandpaper. That lead that I gave you, if you look at it, it's,
Dull.
yeah, so it's sort of corroded.
Chinese lead.
It's roof flashing from who knows when.
That they don't use no more.
No, well, yeah, I think you can still get it. It might have a higher tin content to it than it used to, but I mean, I'd seriously be thinking about finding a fisherman section and looking for, and I'm not talking Walmart and places like that because I don't think you'll get the variety, but like fisherman's quarters or Bass Pro Shops or something like that, and go to tungsten. Just because it's heavier than lead, and so you can use a smaller piece and have the same amount.
Well, that turd that's on the side of my airplane there can't weigh more than half pound.
No, probably don't weigh that.
But it sure made a big difference.
Well, yeah, all the way back on the tail.
When I put that extra on there, I noticed that when the engine quit, the tail dropped.
So tail heavy.
So I took that extra piece off. That was okay.
I wasn't noticing anything when the engine quit. You know, I never noticed it going up and never saw it coming down. Now you'll see more minute things at the end of the line, and I'll see it from outside. But I was watching when the engine quit. Typical, if it's tail heavy, it'll porpoise up. If it's nose heavy, it'll drop. It'll go nose down. The second the engine quits. And I really think that we were all doing the right thing, all in all. But I just had that feeling. First thing, Randy, what nitro you using? 5%. Well, you could go down on that, but 5%'s good. It's that pipe length. Just like I said, I had a feeling that might be it. Pipe is not the right length to let them, because the motor was surging. And I remembered him saying something about when your airplane is surging too hard, where you do this hard maneuver and it accelerates.
Charging.
It's charging. So what he says is that the pipe's too short and it's forcing fuel back into the motor, makes your fuel mileage go up, but you get wind up. And of course, wind ups is even worse than the wind. You got wind up. And it was doing exactly that because it was sort of windy out there.
Bumpy.
And it was, that first loop seemed okay, all the way right to the top. And then the engine sped up and then just kept speeding up. So the next 2.5 loops after that were faster and faster. And by the time I got to the third one, you're almost in a panic pullout.
And the reason why my engine ran so fast, it's still off, is the pressure line was off. Oh well.
I don't have a whole lot of experience with pipe motors, although I've run a pipe motor for quite a few years. But I guess when I set that airplane up originally, I must have hit it right on the head, you know, pipe length and prop and all that stuff, airplane weight. And it was just super, super easy.
15 thousandths lines, airplane under 64 ounces. It's all a plus.
Well, I agree with the light airplanes are easier to fly because they're less demanding. Heavy airplanes will yank you around in a circle.
I
They'll
can see if I got a
literally
soda.
yank you off balance. They almost pull you off your feet. I'm not a super big guy, but it's not comfortable out there battling a heavy airplane. They'll wear you out. I've gotten out there with my last airplane, which is a heavy airplane, and it'll pull you off your feet. You know, you start getting that weight, that centrifugal force and pulling you. You gotta really plan for the maneuver, plan ahead of time, plan for the maneuver, and be positive on every single maneuver.
You think it's dry enough to paint the red on yet?
And then touch it.
I put it on there thick and wet.
These are pretty big airplanes, and if you don't build them light, or absolutely as light as you can build them, they're not fun to practice with. If they're heavy,
That's why this airplane is so much fun to fly, because it's so light.
when my airplane today, when it was out there and it was chugging along at 6.5 second laps, it felt like an 049 airplane out there on the end of the lines. I had no feeling whatsoever. I could hold it with one finger, you know.
That's good.
But it probably would have flown that without any problem, but I'm not comfortable flying that slow.
Give it to Mike McHenry, he could do it.
He'd do it in a heartbeat and put it through a good pattern. But to me, I have too much time to think. Almost. I don't know, there's a fine line between being too fast and too slow.
That last flight that I was doing 4 seconds, it's pulling pretty good.
No doubt. You're 4.7.
Still went through the pattern, though, or did
Yeah, I
the maneuver?
know, thank God. It didn't wind up on you though. It might have been going 4.7s, but it wasn't going 4.7s and getting faster in consecutive maneuvers. Makes a difference.
That's because the super tankers, especially these Gardner liners, it's already at its upper height. The already can't go no faster.
Yeah, can't get no faster. Whatever you turn the needle valve in to make it go. Well, I couldn't understand though that in a matter of 3 hours, the weather out there changed enough to change the needle valve setting.
Well, you say no, but I say yes. The fuel could make a difference, because it did on mine. That old gallon of fuel was slobbering oil everywhere.
Well, we're not having engine run problems. Where it comes to that, with an inconsistent run, where it's blubbering and sounding like it's got water in it and that kind of stuff. It's running smooth. The fuel that I'm using's been kept in the garage here. It's out of the sunlight. It's, it's not riding around in the car all the time. So, I mean, even though it's last year's fuel, I've got fuel in there that I would put in an airplane right now that's 15 years old. That I'll bet you'll run just as good as anything.
You guys got any questions? You might as well ask because I can see the screen.
Yeah. Is that still wet?
Yeah.
I know my problem probably is just that I'm not used to these 75s. 65 is what I've been used to running, or conventional motors.
Gotta get my phone.
Yeah, and I made the mistake. I set the pipe too short. So we will repitch the prop a half an inch less. And we will lengthen the pipe to 19 now.
That tire's going down again. I think I'm gonna put some fixer flat in it. Has a slow leak in it.
Yeah.
If I put some slime in, it'll stop it.
Yeah, roll it to where that plug's on the downside or something. Where is it at opposed to the valve down?
I don't know. It don't matter once you start driving, it starts sloshing around in there.
Yeah.
They love you at the tire shop for doing that.
I know. Oh well. That's why they get paid the big bucks.
Well, we're looking at it. 10 watchers. 2 of them are us. 8.
Yeah. Let me put a light on that.
I can't do it.
Well, really?
Oh yeah, I guess I can.
Yeah, you gotta get back to the big base screen. So, if you guys got any questions or anything while we're sitting here watching paint dry, feel free. Hopefully by tomorrow, if I bust my butt tonight, take that airplane in the basement, lengthen that pipe.
Saw the fuselage off and stretch it out.
I might have to cut the pipe panel out in the back.
So I would.
I'll just take some epoxy and smother on there in the open bare wood.
Only wood.
It's already, I mean, the airplane's not a beauty queen anyway, so it's the other airplane that I'm more concerned about.
Only wood.
I understand that, but it's a lot of work, man. It's a lot of painting and finishing and stuff in the last minute.
You got a month to get on that other airplane.
Yeah, that's not a lot of time. When you're looking at 2 days a week, maybe a couple hours, 2 days a week. I'm hoping, here's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping to do this work to that airplane, because it bends a little bit, Sunoco airplane. And going out there and getting an engine run. And if I get an engine run with these changes and the laps that I'm looking at, then I'll do the change to the other airplane. Otherwise, I don't know what I'm gonna do. But I gotta get it changed that works. Well, we went up to almost 10,000 RPM. We were at 9.8 or something like that when I put that other prop on there. And it didn't go nowhere.
And there's no pitch on it.
No blade area either. And that's a narrow.
Those prop works good on via 46s.
Well, yeah. Well, even on that 65, I was turning 10 grand, and that's got a narrow, flat back prop on it. That Mesnick prop. It didn't have no undercamber to it.
We'll take the prop off that and put it on your airplane there.
I have to turn it at 10 grand.
So be it.
Well, I'm still afraid that it's gonna wind up on me. I'll do what Randy says.
Yes. Pretty good. He knows what he's talking about.
I mean, basically, that's what I did with the 65. You know, Randy's like, here's the guidelines. Shut your pipe at this. Turn your motor at this. Use this prop. I said, send me a prop. Sent me a prop. I set the pipe there. I tacked the motor there, and I never looked back. It was dead nuts on from the get-go.
Well, I haven't sent you a prop then that's pitched.
You know, see, I wouldn't have any time to fly it or anything like that. You know, I'd be sitting up there at Brodex on Thursday night with one night, bolting the prop on it. If it got here in time. If the mail didn't screw up and stuff.
Try this. I have no idea if it's going to work. If it screws up, I'll be painting in my apartment. Where's that yellow tape? I got a little that I brought from home in my box there. Oh, I gotta blow my nose again. This is getting ridiculous.
Yeah, allergies are weird.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna try to cheat the system. Whether it works or not, I have no idea.
You cheated all the time. You cheated more than I did. that towel out there and do it on that towel where you can lay your papers flat. Never enough room. If this table was 20 foot long, you still wouldn't have enough room.
The tape is very low stick today. Good. Hopefully we get a clean line.
It's been pretty good in the past.
Huh?
It's been pretty good in the past for just not using the vinyl tape.
No,
Mine.
this tape is low stick today. I don't know why. Which is good.
I like doing that on that towel because that's like putting it on your shirt. It'll stick to itself like nothing else.
Oh, yeah. Gotta go quick with the airbrush though. Where's the red? Which one is the red?
You took it.
The red top. I didn't take nothing.
You had the red paint,
Yeah, I got the red paint, but I don't have the red top. We didn't spray red yesterday.
but you gotta look at the gasket inside of it. The gasket tells you everything. You're done with white.
Yeah. I guess you pour the white back in the. How much you got left in there?
There you go. Wipe it out with a tissue paper before. And then use it.
These are Pache bottles.
Yeah, they are. They work pretty good. They barely fit that gun.
Yeah, I know. Okay, put the red in there. Won't take much because there ain't much there.
That's where you need something like that in Gretchen, then we're a little teeny cup.
Yeah, that's different red.
That's kind of like red. And you're using signal red.
Red is red, but
I'll tell you what, if you paint it and try to patch a spot, you'll know real fast.
yeah, I know. Will I cheat the system and get away with it? Now, for you guys, and I'm sure you heard us say this is red, and it will find every spot that's not covered. So, cover. Even though I'm going to paint that little tiny spot right there, it could end up in the front room.
Yeah, literally.
But hopefully that'll be enough to cheat the system. Good to go. I flushed that out pretty good.
Still have white in it. There's the red list. See the red gasket? Red list.
Don't take much. You good enough?
No, you're gonna have to put more than that on there. Because you're pink now. Oh, that didn't stick. You are flirting with disaster.
Good enough. Good. Okay, let's see what happens. See if it's screwed up. Got a little overspray on that, it'll get a black stripe on it. Look at that spot right there. And it did.
Little tiny red.
Yeah, sand it out. Sando the bando. Shit. You know what? It didn't get where I wanted to be anyway.
You gotta go further down.
Yep. So don't clean it up. I'll just come right down to cover that. Damn. See, the problem is the paint's not dry. If the paint was dry, it wouldn't be a big deal. Yeah, if you look here, it's got to come down another 3/8 of an inch.
Yeah. Yeah.
That spot there. There.
What was that? Did that just?
The tape.
Yeah. I can feel it. The white paint's real tacky. That's sort of the same thing right there. That's mud and the white right there.
Yeah. I think I'll just wait and do this at home.
Wouldn't be very hard.
No. I'll wait till the white dries. Let me take this.
Sand that red edge a little bit so it'll blend in a little more and not have a.
Give me a lid for this. I'll borrow this jar. So I'm going to be doing this at home, touching it up some more. I got to put the XL on it anyway. Do I have black? No. Better take the black with me. There's not much left of this.
Man's gonna have to start using newer paint.
Yeah. And there's like maybe an inch in the bottom. It's only as old as we are.
Yeah. See, this is how I've been saving thinner. I've been using these little things and just taking good thinner and putting in here, or junk thinner. And just filling that up a little bit and using that to clean the airbrush out, and then I'm only using that little teeny bit of thinner instead of contaminating the whole jar full. Either that little cup or one of these little cups.
Yeah, but with gas at $5 a gallon, we're gonna have to start conserving something.
Well, yeah, we're gonna have to watch everything.
I will bet that when we get to Pennsylvania, it's gonna be $5.50 a gallon.
Probably downtown at Verdex.
Yeah.
Yep. Probably right. Probably right. 'Cause it's always more expensive right there in town at Verdex.
Of course, you can go down over the hill and get it where that truck stop is.
That's typical. Wherever the people can't afford it the most, the gas price is always the highest. Go over here to the poor side of town, and I guarantee you that the gas prices are 10 or 15 cents, maybe even 20 cents more than what they are right here. So 22% on that.
Man, I'm gonna have to paint that white again. That tape really. I might be working on this at Brodex. I'll bring my compressor.
Just plan on shooting some paint at home. It's airbrush. You could damn near do that in the apartment. Damn near. I don't know that I would, but
So you think I'm bringing too much cash, huh?
no, I didn't say you're bringing too much, but you know, it's just, to me, I got other things that I have to have too, so there's no way I can, fathom that amount.
You gotta have stuff.
I got tons of stuff. The problem is tons of stuff that's borderline even usable.
You gotta have good stuff. You gotta have lots of good stuff.
He who dies with the most stuff wins.
Yeah.
With the price of everything going up the way it is, you really got to be conservative. Got to tighten the belt up. And I just spent $600 on fuel supplies that I haven't gotten reimbursed for yet.
Yeah. I gotta go to the bathroom. I'm gonna end up repainting that whole rudder. I didn't think it was gonna do that.
Well, shoot. got a half an inch pitch.
Well, this is almost like not having a day off this weekend. So I think I'm gonna go home.
You could be doing the same thing in your apartment.
Watching
Doing
TV.
it here.
Watching TV.
And sanding. Buffing. And looking at model airplanes.
Let's see here.
Black and red and white.
And they're already thinned. Thin. Black is, the red is, the white is.
You unloaded all that stuff just the other day right up there.
Yeah, I know. Just trying to think what I'm gonna need. I think I got a quart of thinner to clean the guns with.
You're gonna be using nothing but an airbrush, so
Now I gotta have something to clean it with, though.
you have a little jar of thinner.
Where?
Don't you? Didn't you? Oh, you filled that up with white, didn't you?
Yeah,
Need to bring some of them over here.
yeah. I'll bring the whole case over.
That was real handy on the workbench over there, the whole thinner thing. And it's good for that too, you know.
I got 24 jars, I think.
Mixing up little small batches of paint. And we can clean them out and not kill us on thinner, you know, trying to clean them out. And I got those seals for the lids are just universal.
Those seals for the lids are the same as mason jars.
Yeah, they're universal, and you can buy a little box of just the seals. And you can buy boxes of the rings if the rings start wearing out or getting rusty or whatever. And most of the time all you gotta replace is the little lid, the seal on it.
That is a mason jar. That's a mason jar.
Yeah. They've got two sizes. You got wide mouth and you got standard. That's standard.
Put this shit back in my car. I'll probably drag this to Brodak with me. I wish I had a jar for thinner. Got one right here.
There's no reason to take junk thinner really, because there's a little bit of thinning as you need.
Right.
Half-inch less pitch.
What's that?
A half-inch and a half-inch less pitch. So I'll go to station 6 and I'll pitch it at a half less and I'll carry it right on out through the tip.
Well, this thing was under pressure. This hasn't been open in a year.
Where'd that come from?
My car. Lowe's.
Jasco,
Huh?
Jasco. See, if we really, right before COVID, if we'd been on our toes, we would have spent $2,000 a piece and bought in cases of this shit. And you don't think about that.
Well, I bought up stuff that I knew that I was going to need, like that shirt press and the pounce, you know, stuff that I can't use right now, but I'm going to use in the future. I bought all the mirror brushes and all that stuff, all the sign brushes, because I knew it was going to get crazy.
Yeah, but who would have really thought? You know, I mean, Biden really screwed things up when he shut down the pipelines and the oil exploration and all that shit, you know, made us dependent on foreign oil. That's all because he's got money in foreign oil. You know, his whole family does, and all of his cronies do. And so what do they do? Shut down our cheap oil and force us to buy expensive oil from them. And they're so-called Americans.
I want to know where they're going to get plastic from. Where are they going to get plastic? Where are they going to get fertilizer? Where they, you know?
Well, the oil will never go away.
Well, let me ask you this. If you're a big oil company and they've got all kinds of regs on you and all kinds of BS, you're just going to say, you know what? I'm just going to sell my equipment and be out, be done. And that's what they want. They want electricity. Well, where does electricity come from? The wind? The sun? No.
It's non-sustainable.
Comes from fossil fuel.
Solar panels and wind power stuff will not keep up the system. You can't be solely dependent on that. As much as you'd like to be, and you'd like to be green and all that stuff, and I'm not for that. I'm all for recycling as much as we can. Bring back returnable bottles. You know, bring back some of the stuff of the old days. Paper sacks that you can recycle instead of all this junk plastic. These plastic bags, the trash company doesn't want you to put them in the recycle bin. The ones you get at the grocery store, the plastic bags, because they're hard, they don't recycle well. And so where do they go? They go in the freaking landfill. Bring back the old brown paper bags, and we used to take them in and recycle them to the grocery store and stuff.
Okay, I got
to
it.
go out and plant trees. People need to go out and plant trees rather than cutting all this stuff down, you know.
Well, what gets me is they want to do away with carbon monoxide or carbon dioxide. What do they think plants breathe? And what do they give off?
They breathe that and give off oxygen.
Right. More carbon means more oxygen. Dummies.
And I'm not for clear cutting forests or anything like that, because when you clear cut,
Unless it's balsa wood, you guys can clear cut the balsa wood and set us the light stuff.
what'd you do with that thinner that you had in there?
Afford it with your other stuff.
Oh, okay. You plan on doing some painting?
Yeah. Gotta have thinner. This is $50. Divide by 4. That's $12 worth right there.
Fair market. Good thing. Good market right there.
Close enough.
Like the old soil painter says, watch your measurements, and then it turns down.
Yeah.
Yeah, that smell, it's got the smell.
I wonder if I should pour half this out and put some retarder in it. Because Rodex is going to be, that's a good idea. I don't really need this much anyway. I'll pour 50% back. Fill it up to about here with retarder.
Yeah.
Where's the retarder at?
Should be on the floor over there by that bucket.
In a gallon can?
Yeah. One of those gallon cans.
Thinner universal retarder. That should be enough, huh?
Yeah.
What do I do with the lid?
I don't know. Wasn't watching it. Gotta be on the table or somewhere. Not sitting over there.
What?
Not sitting on that table.
Nope. For what little I'm going to use to clean the gun, the retarder won't hurt it.
No, the retarder won't hurt it at all. It's just the more you add, more costs. But you're not going to have that much. Wipe that up and melt my table. All right, guys, we're done for the day. Thanks for watching. We'll see you later. Fair winds, tight lines. See ya.